Welcome to editorial of the day presented by Topper IS Vijayanagar, Bangalore. Today's topic: Fractured Collective. McCarthy's ouster reveals a deeper malaise in the Republican Party. The surprise ouster of U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Kevin McCarthy from the top post of the lower chamber of Congress has once again left the Republican Party exposed as a fractured collective. The tenure of Mr. McCarthy, the first ever speaker in U.S. history to be ejected from the chair, came to an end after Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz invoked a relatively rarely used clause called a motion to vacate, which was ironically a concession made by Mr. McCarthy to his Republican opponents to win them over during his arduous campaign to be Speaker in early 2023. The ensuing vote saw Mr. McCarthy, a lawmaker from California, defeated by 216 votes against 210 that supported his continuance as Speaker. 8 Republicans sided with the entire Democratic caucus of the House to deny Mr. McCarthy his political ambitions in Congress. Particularly vociferous in their resistance to being governed by Mr. McCarthy were members of the Republican Freedom Caucus and their allies, who appeared to resent his cooperation with Democrats on critical policy matters. The most significant among these were bipartisan efforts to avoid a federal government shutdown by raising the debt ceiling. Towards this goal, Mr. McCarthy had signed off on a 45-day temporary spending bill, much to the chagrin of his Republican detractors in the House. Therein lies an indication of the malaise gripping the Republican Party, that there is a vocal faction within the party that sees itself as closely aligned with the political outlook of former President Donald Trump, urging not only for smaller government and lower public expenditure, but also seeking to influence areas of U.S. foreign policy, for example by calling for cuts to U.S. funding to Ukraine in its war efforts against the Russian invasion. This group, described by some as the GOP radicals, rejects the notion of compromise, even when it comes at a potentially catastrophic economic cost, such as the shutdown of the government's critical functions. Indeed, Mr. McCarthy tried to placate this group by denying President Joe Biden his request for $6 billion in support of Ukraine and by announcing a plan to impeach the president on charges related to allegations of wrongdoing by the latter's son, Hunter Biden, but failed. Ultimately, however, the recalcitrance of this group could prove to be politically costly for the entire party, as 2024 is an election year. This matters especially in the context of independent voters, who often carry the swing votes but would likely walk away from a party that has failed to put its house in order and present a united front at the hustings. Are you preparing UPSC KPSC? Then this is a golden opportunity for you. Topper IS chapter-wise test series is offered at a low cost of just 83 rupees. Only first 100 students will get chance. Every day 1 rupee is higher.